Hi, and welcome to Speaking Of. I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
And do you want to start us out?
I will start us
All right.
So, I was thinking the other day, my husband we finished a bike ride, and
It's already started!
and you're about to incriminate me.
No, I'm
We
not.
finished a bike ride, and so of course he has to eat a bunch of stuff, right?
Well, he's all about the carbs and the...
Well, no, it's that he has the freakish metabolism.
Right.
Heavy on the freakish. So, I realized...
Keep going.
I realized that this is how...
One day we'll have it behind the scenes and you'll all understand. Continue.
Okay, this is how it should work,
Okay.
right? So when you get a cell phone plan, and you have
Right.
a family plan, right? And everybody shares the minutes. So if I talk on the phone a lot and you talk on the phone a little, it all balances out, right?
Yes.
Same should be done for calories. I'm just saying. Okay? The guy eats because he has to. He eats, he might as well mow the lawn and eat the clippings. Let's be honest. Okay? Not only is he a vegetarian, but he only eats for sustenance. Seriously, it's ridiculous.
He only eats because he has to fill his belly.
Right, and doesn't he? No, not even that. Like, it's ridiculous.
I feel hunger.
I have no tolerance for it because I enjoy food. Obviously.
Oh, come now.
Now, so I've decided. Shut up. So,
Do you see the abuse I put up with?
so this is how it should work. You should share calories so that when he's like, oh my gosh, I'm in a deficit, I've ridden my bike, and I can say, that's okay. I had a big lunch, let me hand some over.
Well, what I want to know, and this has always amazed me about him, I have to say, when you say the word deficit, I don't have the attention span, the wanting to waste the energy on figuring out when I'm in a deficit or over.
You know
or-
when you're in a deficit because you're hungry.
Well, he's hungry all the time.
My point.
So, are we... This goes back to throwing around big words. Why can't he just say I'm hungry?
Well, no.
I like that he
it's not
says I'm in
just-
a deficit.
Well,
I'm deficiting!
he doesn't say that. No.
I think I've heard him say it before.
Maybe that's just something that you two share. I don't know. But then so in having this conversation with my brother, we started talking also about, like, Weight Watchers has their points plans and whatever.
Right.
So then we got onto that topic, and he made the suggestion of, well, now wait. What if you're bulimic? Do you get points back?
I'm really hoping if you're bulimic, you're not even on Weight Watchers to begin with. That's like saying I need to go on Weight Watchers. Oh, maybe I should go on Weight Watchers. Just kidding.
Someone's about to get punched in the throat. Any guesses? Anyway.
So, speaking of bike rides, and I've been wanting to make this announcement for a while now.
The announcement is
No,
Jared is going to ride a bike.
No, it is not. If I rode a bike, it would kill me. Literally, people. I'm asthmatic.
But wait, speaking
No,
of...
she's trying to take away my thunder.
Okay, you go and then I'll go. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because you seem awfully excited.
I'm very excitable.
Kate and her husband, but mostly Kate. Just kidding. It's a
Mostly
joint-
Joe, let's be honest.
They are entering a bicycling race in August.
August. Over my
For-
anniversary.
Right? And what a way to celebrate. They're going to ride 5,000 miles.
Okay. First of all, I walk 5,000 miles. We're riding 500. We are going to be making
I
two
almost snorted.
transatlantic trips.
Apparently they built a bridge between continents.
So because we're not quite ready for 5,000 miles,
How many miles is it?
500.
I knew it was 5
He's
something.
trying to kill me.
It's the mad cow.
It's something. So it's from Bozeman, Montana to Bountiful, Utah. I am actually only doing the first leg. It's over 5 days.
So how much is the first leg so we know what you're doing?
113.
That is a lots of miles.
Tell me about it. The longest we've gone so far is 20.
So like, how do you
it's been
build
nice
up in that
knowing
training?
you, and you'll be doing this show by yourself come August. Any takers?
There's your warning.
Yes, I'm working on my last will and testament as we speak. Leave Jared the
show.
books.
Oh.
So I'll be doing the first leg, and we're riding the tandem bike. So
Right.
really, Joe's riding the first leg with a bunch of dead weight on the back.
Tandem.
And then he'll be
It
doing
reminds
the-
me of a Muppet bike. It does.
Speaking of Muppet bikes,
Oh, wow. Now, wait, because I want to make sure we get to your original thought when I was
Okay.
trying to announce.
well, so I just have to say that my husband's uncle, bless his heart,
Bless his pointed little head. Caffeine's starting to kick in.
yeah, he slow down. So he asked Joe how it was going. So are you and Kate having a good time riding on that unicycle?
It's like the circus.
I sit on Joe's shoulders, and he gets on the unicycle.
That's going to be our next Fun Friday video. Make sure you tune in.
So I just thought it was funny that he thought we were riding a unicycle. But speaking of Muppet bikes, so
Oh, yes.
I had mentioned to my niece yesterday that Joe and I were going to be going on a ride on our bicycle, and because she had recently seen our video with Stanley, she said, I said, yeah, we're going on a bike ride, we're going to go 20 miles, and she said, well, if you get the Muppet a bike, then he can go with you. To which I said, or we could just put him in the basket in the front and he could ride that way. And she says, oh yeah, that's a better idea. It was awesome.
I'm debating whether or not to destroy the fourth wall. So if the Muppet went for the bike ride, we all know who would have to go on the bike ride too.
And that's just not going to happen.
No, it isn't.
Hence the basket. Until we get a sidecar.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe
Yeah.
you can get a sidecar, and we can make like a little hole in the bottom of the basket, and I can go like this. It'd be fun. I like that idea. It'll be like it'll be like a rickshaw.
That's what we need is Jared on a rickshaw.
I do kind of want a rickshaw.
Doesn't everybody? All right, so that's going nowhere fast, in a hurry. So let's talk about this.
Okay,
All right. I don't know if I brought this up before or not, but
I will tell you if you have.
yes, so recently at church with a bunch of kids that are, the 12 to...
What's this church of which you speak? Just kidding.
It's the Church of Kate. Come worship me. Lightning!
Moving now.
Anyway, we were playing the game Mad Gab. Have you played the game Mad Gab?
I have not even heard of the name.
It used to be
Gab.
called Babylon, and I think that maybe we should have a fun Friday where we play that game. Because it's fun. But
Wait, isn't Babylon like the city where the whores and the thieves and all that lived?
you'd know.
I would.
Anyway, so we're playing the game, and
This makes me wonder what kind of game Babylon was to begin with. I'm sorry.
it's Babylon as in Babel on.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So what happens is they have a phrase, but they break it down into phonetic words. So they're real words, but phonetically you're saying this other phrase.
I probably do really well at that game, considering the students I used to
I know.
teach.
So I think we might have to try it out. But so here's what I was telling the kids. I'm like, okay, the best part about this game is if you know the phrase that they're trying to say,
Right.
as they're reciting the words, they totally sound like Stephen Hawking. Okay, it's awesome. I'm telling you, it's hilarious. So I'm telling them this, and what do you think they said to me?
I already know, and I don't know, but I'm going to. Yes.
What did they say to me?
They said, "Who's Stephen Hawking?"
They did. They said that to me, and I cried a little bit. So, oh my.
Just you keep going.
So anyway,
Don't you worry,
so I went to
pretty
work,
good.
and I'm talking to Beverly, and I'm telling her this story.
Pretty. Oh wait, I'm worried about this story already, but
Because I said Beverly?
Uh-huh.
That's a red flag right there. So I'm talking to Beverly about this story, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I can't believe it. They didn't even know who Stephen Hawking was. And she's like, yeah. And then she says to me, now wait. And I said, what? You don't know who Stephen Hawking is? To which she says, no, I think I do. He's a skateboarder, right?
yes, Beverly, he mounts a little skateboard to each of his wheels, and then somebody comes up behind him and gives him a good shove. At the top of the skateboarding ramp, no less. And then they just have to wait until it kind of peters out somewhere in the middle so they can go back and fetch him. I'm done.
Here are some things that would have to happen for that to occur. First,
You're gonna have to get him to the top of the ramp?
well, yeah, and you know how upstairs. Imagine this, okay? So they would have stairs.
Oh.
Like, how do they normally get to the top of the ramp, right? There's probably like a ladder or stairs, right? Whenever you have to do like a ramp for the wheelchairs, you have to kind of go back and forth and back and forth. So it'd be like a mile just to get up to the top of the ramp because you got to go back and forth and have the space to turn around.
I'm so sorry. Clearly, you just witnessed the caffeine kick in for both of us.
No, this is a really good idea. So then,
I'm sorry.
thanks for sharing that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so once you get him to the top of the ramp, and that's been like, what, a mile and a half? That's fine. But then you gotta make sure, make sure that he's strapped in, because, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Might make it more interesting, but yeah.
You want him to get run over by his own skateboard wheelchair?
I want to see him be able to go down the ramp, fly out of it, and then as the wheelchair comes back down, he lands perfectly like in the Olympics.
Yeah, well, that would be
Gymnastics.
great if he had any control over himself.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, so you gotta strap him in. And then I'm thinking this could be really good because normally skateboarders, they can tip over and fall out, right? But he's not gonna do that because he's grounded on both sides, right? He's seated.
Dare you to turn on closed captioning right now. Message me what it says. I'll be interested.
Here's what I want to know. Speaking of closed captioning, is it the same for everybody? I'm just wondering. Like, if you and I are watching the video separately, that's how Beverly and I do it at work. I mean, we don't watch the videos at work. We're working really hard. But if we do watch the videos, we start them at the same time on our computers because we're like that. Anyway, but I'm wondering if you both turn on the closed captioning, is it the same? Do they have the same? I mean, maybe they have somebody that's watching each one of them, like trying to type really fast to what you're saying.
Make it stop. Okay, well.
Wait! But Stephen Hawking also has to have a helmet, I'm just saying, because if he does flip over, then we want to make sure he's okay. That's all. Oh, and also...
There are people probably wondering why I'm even here. Why does that bald guy show up for work? Clearly that woman could just talk to the wall and she'd be happy.
I would protest that, but there's no point. So anyway, I do want to say that Beverly did take the time to send me a link to a skateboard that apparently had a likeness of Stephen Hawking on it. And apparently to
Was
her
that
meant
hence her confusion?
I guess so.
That would make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, because I think it was sent with a "see, I told you so" sort of attitude.
All right, so speaking of teenagers and generation gaps, that's what it reminded me of. I would like to talk a little bit about that, but I didn't have time to this episode.
Sorry.
So, tune in for our next one. Tune in. We're on the internet. Click on, download, whatever. But on that note, I'm Jared,
I'm Kate.
and we'll see you next time.
If you're still here.